Oh my god, is it hot today? Absolutely roasting. What's up, YouTube? So today I'm talking about my experiences with dropshipping today. Tried the 20-hour rule again from the first 20 hours and I thought I'd give dropshipping a go. Now, dropshipping has been... well, let me take these glasses off. Dropshipping has been really big. I've seen it appear quite a lot on YouTube, how-tos. People who say they make like £10,000 a month with it, $10,000, however much, and they've made multi-million pound careers out of it. Now, I know what you're thinking, it sounds a lot like BS, and to be honest I thought that too, but I thought, hey, I'll give it a go. So the first thing I thought I'd give it a shot, even if I'm only making maybe 5, 10, even 100 quid a month. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for practice, and it's a lot of skills and traits that I've never really been exposed to. I've never really created a website before. I've never started a business, and the beauty behind dropshipping, as they say, is that you never hold on to items, which is good because I have absolutely zero storage. So it all seemed quite good, and then plus on the other side of it is it can be relatively passive. So if someone orders it from your site, you then order it from the supplier, and the supplier sends it to the customer, and that way you get paid as the middleman, and it all works out well. You get a bit of the overhead and it's all good. So I thought I'd give it a shot using the first 20 hours principle, the book first 20 hours. So as with everything you should do with the first 20 hours is I put in a lot of research and a lot of back study. I went through a hell of a lot of YouTube videos in my spare time, maybe while I was eating or snacking, and just watched video after video of what people recommended and what they chose to do on it. In the end, I then decided to go and choose a course that would teach me the fundamental principles. So the way I chose what course to do was I used it's a website called Udemy, which is a lot of courses built up and then sold to the site, and which is then continuously then sold on as through the platform. The issue I found with this, and this is one thing you really have to watch out for, is a lot of people on it only use their courses to sell their other products or affiliates. So there was loads when I started reading the comments of certain courses that were saying that in it the guy just refers to his own stuff or refers back to his own YouTube videos, and then in those videos and YouTube videos they refer back to his course, and it's just an endless cycle of just really making money and getting people lost, more or less, saying every single thing they were saying was, oh, buy this to then find out, and then when you bought it, it would then give you something else to purchase in order to progress forward. Now that's just an easy way to get ripped off, and it wasn't where I was wanting to go. I was looking to, more or less like everyone else, do this as cheaply as possible, find the best way to do it. So I came across a guy called Tim. His course was, I think, 4.5-star rated, and there was no bad comments about it. Maybe one or two things about how he hadn't updated the course regular enough, but in general it seemed fairly authentic. So and it only costed, I think, £10. It was on discount, so I thought, oh, I'll give it a shot, see how I get on. And then by following that course, I learned how to use things like Shopify, AliExpress, and another company called Oberlo, something like that. And it worked remarkably well, actually. By the end of the 20 hours, which is a fair time investment, I have to admit, I managed to build the website and a whole business really from scratch, and that included paid advertisements through Facebook, which I didn't actually end up doing. I ended up kind of bailing at that point because I realized I tried building the site using baby products and baby toys, but the issue is especially with baby products, is babies grow really quickly, and unfortunately with a lot of this drop shipping stuff is you really need about 30-day window for delivery, which in the Amazon era isn't really ideal. And then with that 30-day issue is that babies grow really quickly, so a lot of people want to make the purchase there and then, and by the end of the week having given it as a gift, really, which was impossible for me to do at this point. I just couldn't figure out a way to achieve this. But things I did learn from it was, one, that Facebook is a great advertiser. I think the only advertising I did was, I think my mother looked at the website and shared it with her friends on Facebook, and I suddenly started, unfortunately no one decided to purchase anything, but at least I started to get a steady stream of one or two people viewing my website almost on a half weekly basis, so maybe twice a week. The benefits with it was, it shows that in this day and age you can absolutely make a business from scratch for £100. For this, I think at the moment I've spent about 80 quid to start this. That was £10 for the course. That was, I think, 30 or £50 a month for, I think it was 30 for hosting through Shopify, and then for the domain and the email address, it was maybe another 10 or 20. So I think I'm just shy of £100, which the rest of that would have been used for paid advertisements on Facebook, which it can go down to as little as £2.50 a day, which is ideal. Sorry, there's a bug here. The cons of it is, it's very complicated to do. I wouldn't have managed to do that if I hadn't paid for that course. That course was definitely worth not just the time investment, but the reducing the stress on how to develop these sites, how to get started with it. It was really thorough, and it really helped me out. Otherwise I would have been completely lost. The other issue with it is finding products that are ideal to use, and at the end of the day I'm going to take the site down now because it just wasn't something I believed in, to be honest. Like the baby products and stuff, it's not really something I deal with on a day-to-day basis, and it wasn't really something I'm that interested in, really. So I think the topic with is, you see these guys who are just like, oh, just rattle out website 1, website 2, website 3, but I think at the end of the day you've got to pick products that you've got a personal interest in yourself, because it is a lot of work to do for something you don't care about, and at the end of the day life's too short for that, and it's a lot of hassle to get no what would be the word for it, no satisfaction from. The other issue with it is that because all this stuff comes mass produced mainly from places like China, is the quality can start really good, but every so often it can diminish depending on which distribution comes through. Now this causes a lot of issue for you, because not only is the customer pestering you for up to a month for the product to arrive, but that when the product does arrive, it's not quite what they wanted, or it's not to the standard that you'd necessarily want behind your name. So now you've got to deal with that. You've got to either get them something else, and then deal with the complaints of it taking another 30 days to arrive, or you go on Amazon, quickly purchase it and send it and apologize. Now the issue with this is, it sounds like a good way to make a quick buck, but at the end of the day you're trying to develop a brand, and if your brand's constantly getting complaints and bad reviews, that's not what you want. That's not how you're going to progress, and it's just going to give you a bad name at the end of the day. Would I try it again? Yes, absolutely. For a capital cost of £100, which even if you skimped and scraped, if you're in maybe a part-time job or you're getting paid minimum wage, it's absolutely ideal to do. And for £100 you can have a whole business up and started, and be tweaking with it, whether it's in your spare time or as full-time job, and you do learn a lot with it. Learn a lot about how domains work, how emailing chains work, how to physically build a website, which is something I've never dealt with before. I think if I can find a product that I'm a bit more aware of and can find a better supplier for, maybe someone a bit more local to the country I'm in, or just not halfway around the world, to be honest, I would absolutely try and start it up again. It's really not hard when you know what to do. You just got to invest the time and then progress it from there. Really, you can scale it up and do everything that businesses normally do. So would I recommend doing it again? Absolutely. Even if it's just recreationally and you want to give it a go and learn a couple of new skills, I give it a shot. Otherwise, I would personally give it a pass. I think there's other things that you can invest your time in other than what drop shipping is stereotypically seen as, which is shoddy products from China. I would maybe look at either building your own products to sell on your own website, which you can easily do through the same mechanisms. I mean, Shopify has a Shopify payment system, so it would save you on having to develop your own. And there's other things that you can try and do on it. I would just recommend maybe not going down the typical launch a Shopify store, chuck loads of garbage in from AliExpress, and then just hope that something sticks and loads of people keep purchasing. I would try and build a brand that you be satisfied with, and you can show off on all your social media links, and then scale it with that, and physically have your name or your face behind it, because it then becomes more relatable to the customer, which is obviously how most people make money these days. So if you got £100, I definitely recommend you at least giving a shot to drop shipping. Something doing in your spare time might make you some money. Who knows? Anyway, peace out.